Hey guys, Angel here with the Bullish Bears team. I am making the watch list video for Monday, March 18th, and we have the S&P futures pulled up, which has been in this rising channel within an ascending triangle. It broke out of the first level of resistance on Friday. It's got another resistance level around this 2900 area. So we'll just have to wait and see if Monday it decides to retest this potentially new support level. So it broke resistance, it could turn into support and test it. So we'll just have to wait and see if it moves down a little bit just to test it. But let's take a look at KPTI for a potential. No, it's right between these moving averages. So NLNK. Okay, so this one maybe. It's got room up to this 200 SMA. Might see some resistance around 250. Let's take a look at the hourly. So it's sort of bull flag or bull pennant-ish on the hourly. So I do like it. It closed near the high of day, even though it looks pretty messy. But bull pennant-ish on hourly. Watch for resistance around 250 and 200 SMA on daily. And just remember that $1.50 are strong psychological support and resistance, so it will have to break $2 in order to head up to 250. PES. Okay. Let's see, it closed the day at $1.99. It's going to run into resistance around 217. You can see it touched it twice and couldn't break it. After 217, resistance is around 230. Let's take a look at the hourly. So it's sort of a cup or a really big V bottom on the hourly. And it's like bull flag, break, bull flag, break. So it might break one more. But I do like that it's holding its highs. Holding highs on the day. Bull flagging on hourly. Watch for resistance around 217 and 250. So that is PES. Let's take a look at CYCC. So that's a bear flag, so I wouldn't put that on right now. CVIA. Oh. Whoops. Let's see. So it's probably going to run into resistance around $7 if it can break 650 on the 21st, which it will have earnings next week. Let's take a look at the hourly. So you can see this like rising wedge in the hourly. It was like bull flagging up. It's been overextended though for the past week. And you can see it tweezer bottomed. It's touching this. It's touching the 9. I don't know that I like that it's been oversold for an entire week with the same week as earnings, so I think I'm going to skip that. BDSI, nope. Hair, nope. TTI. Okay, so that one maybe. Let's take a look at the hourly. It's not oversold on the hourly or on the daily. Oh, look at that. Bull flag break. so we can see if it continues. Gonna run into resistance around 260 though. That's only 5 cents. Let's see where resistance on the daily would be. Yeah, too close to resistance. MTMB. Oh, look at that. And mapped out this resistance before. This could be a double top right here, so I wouldn't put that on right now. It tried to break this 1, 2, couldn't formed a potential double top, so I'm not going to put that on. TTPH, so I don't like that it's shooting up after hours. However, it's not oversold yet. So it's going to run into resistance around 163. Let's take a look. Ooh, that's just yucky. It would actually have to break this 154, which I don't know. I don't like that. Although I can see what it did. See how it had this really huge, it almost did the same thing on Thursday after hours. Made a high of 146, dumped down, and then it could never really get above it. Huh, I don't like that. That's just, I don't like that. That's weird. All right, so I'm not going to put that one on. Let's take a look at TEUM. Okay, so this has been oversold since January, so for a few months. So that is kind of confirming that it is in an uptrend. You can see that we can't find resistance on this daily, so I would want to look at maybe the weekly. So 550 is resistance on the weekly. Let me see if there's anything else on the month. So 550 is resistance. Let's take a look at the hourly. See if the hourly shows us anything. So it's bull flagging on the hourly. I just don't like that it's nearing all-time highs in the after hours, so I would not put that on right now. So let's take a look at AQMS. All right, so this is sort of maybe bull flagging a little bit on the daily. We've got resistance at, okay, it broke that 410 resistance. It's got 421 resistance. I don't like that it's 421 resistance and then it's hitting a high of 430 after hours, oversold, super overextended from the moving averages. The moving averages are right at this resistance, so I wouldn't put that on either. MDXG. Okay. So one look at the day and you'd be like, oh wow, that's a great potential move. And then you look at this, that's really ugly. Let's take a look at the hourly, and it's got this indecision candle. That's just, I don't, it would have to break that 345. Which, it's got a gap. It's tried to fill, couldn't, went back down. Oh, so it's filled this gap right here, has another gap over here. It's going to have resistance around $4. So if we can break, let's see if it can break 345. It's got room to $4. Let's see. Bull flaggish on hourly. If price can break 345 and 350, because $1.50 is resistance. Oops, 50. Watch for $4 resistance. All right, so that is MDXG. Let's take a look at TWI. Okay, so this one, bull flag, hit the 9, didn't break above it. I wouldn't put that on because it's right at resistance. BRFS, right at resistance on a bear flag. Okay, so this one, did this have news? This is just like, I don't like that it's right between these moving averages, so I wouldn't put it on. VFF. Okay, so this one has also been oversold for the past 3 months. Let me see if that's all-time highs. It's at all-time highs, so right now I wouldn't put it on because you have no gauge of where it could go. And we could say, oh, it's going to keep going because look, it hit this 1448 and it's got so much room to go because there's no overhead resistance, but that's I just don't like that. That doesn't make me comfortable. I like having RIOT. It's right near that 200 SMA. Let's look at this. So there's sort of like a cup. That 371. Oh, stop it. That 371 was resistance. So I don't like that it closed below. I don't like that it closed below or right at resistance. Because it's a cup, it's probably going to want to form a handle, and it's going to form a handle right under that resistance, and that could take a few days, so I'm not going to put that on. AKAO. Nope. TLRA. Let me see. So it's right at this resistance. If it can break that, it's got room up to 951. Oh yeah, I put this one on sometime this week, I think. So if it could break $6, it's got room up to 950. Let me take a look at the hourly again. So it's riding the 9, it's sort of cup and handled on the hourly. Okay, I'm just going to put it on. Remember, it has to break, it's going to have to break this 606 actually. So, cup and handle-ish. Cup and handle-ish on hourly. Does that look right? Or does that look right? I don't know. Cup and handle-ish on hourly if price can break 606. Watch for resistance around 950. That is TLRA. All right, let's take a look at edge. No. It's just trading sideways. Whoa. All right, BTX. Oh, look at this. It hit a high and then it tanked. Ooh, it tanked quite a bit, so I'm not going to put that on. VYGR. It's got resistance around $22. Let's take a look at the hourly. So it's sort of a cup on the hourly. It was riding the 9. I'll put it on. And it was holding its highs on the day. Kind of went really up though, which I don't know if I like. So just take a look, because they don't show the easy to borrows on the weekends for some reason. So just take a look on Monday. If it's easy to borrow, it's one you could potentially short as well. So cupish pattern on hourly. Watch for resistance around $22 if price can break 20. So we'll put 20 because it's at 1990 right now in the after hours. That's VYGR. LLEX. Nope. CURO. Nope. All these are right in between moving average lines, or right at moving average lines. You can see the 50-day just started. It was bear flagging for a really long time, at a really long flag. And it's right above this start of this 50, so I'm not going to put that on right now. CVRS. So that broke a resistance level that we had mapped out. It's going to run into resistance at $1.97. So it broke above that in pre-market or after hours. Oh, it's right at this 205, right near this 205. So I'm not putting that on because that's like, it's probably going to test those levels too to make sure they hold as support now. MDCA, that's a no. RKDA, no. QTT, okay, so this one could be forming a little cup. Oh, but it formed an FU in the after hours, so it went from 7.25 down to 16. That's a $1.25 move down just after hours, so I'm not going to put that on. PLX, let's see when their earnings are. Oh, their earnings are on Monday, so I'm not going to put that on. I don't do any stocks with earnings because it's too high risk. HYRE, nope, it closed at all-time high, so I'm not going to put that on. SND, it's right at this 200, so I'm not putting that on. That's right at resistance. Fran, I mean, if it can break it, nope, then we could potentially write it. SHLDQ, but I just only putting stocks that close right at resistance, and that's also right at resistance, so I'm not going to put that on. EMIS. So let's see where the next resistance level is. Okay, so right around 850. Oops. Looks like. So you can see it bull flagged actually on the monthly, and then it's breaking out. Let's take a look at the hourly. What is the hourly showing us? Okay, so it closed on a tweezer top pattern. I don't like that. So I went and put it on the watch list with a bearish close. So let's take a look at WINMQ. That's a mouthful. And that's a no. RVP, nope. OMED, oh, it would have to break $1. It did, made a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and it's going to break down, so I'm not going to put that on. CFMS. All right, so it closed right near the high. It would have to break $1.79, and then it's going to have resistance. It's going to have resistance around 275. So let's take a look at the hourly. See what the hourly is showing us. So it's sort of bull flagging on the hourly. It is oversold, so just be aware. but I kind of like it. And let's see, 275 was resistance. Okay. Stock holding its highs. Bull flaggish on hourly. If price can break 179, watch for 275 resistance. And just remember, it has to break $2 too. I just don't have enough room to write all of that. So I'm going to look for one more. LPTX. I'm not putting that on just because look at this after hours. It's yucky. UAVS. Oh, it's running into resistance. I closed right at resistance, so I'm not going to put that on. AVGR. Oh, it's got like 4 cents, so no. ACHV. Nope. KEG. Okay, so this one could be, you can see sort of a cup. It'll have resistance around $7. Let's take a look at the hourly. Riding the 9 on the hourly and sort of a bull flaggish. So it is oversold on the hourly. I'm going to keep that in mind, but I'm just going to look and see if there's a better setup on these last few. On CATS, that would be a no. On MGTA, it's at all-time highs, so I wouldn't put that on. AVID. Oof. So it had earnings. It popped up. Sort of a double bottom. It's going to run to resistance at 637. You can see it hit it, and it couldn't break it and hold, so I wouldn't put that on. TENX. It's going to run into this 211 resistance. It couldn't break. It's breaking it after hours, but I don't trust that come the daytime. It is they only have 3 million shares, and it had a volume of almost 2 million, so that was a high float. But just look how that just didn't do anything. SLNO, no. Okay, so we'll go back to, was it CATS? No, it was KEG. So you can see this cup on the daily with resistance around $7. So I guess I'll put it on. So it's got cup on daily. Oh, I just noted that's up below. Watch for resistance around $7. And that is KEG. All right, so we'll take a look at potential swing trades. And we're going to focus on large cap stocks because we're really getting into options and we want stocks with high liquidity. And those are these stocks here. Let's take a look at Tesla. So Tesla is nuts. This was a hard one to swing trade because you can see there's just no, potentially an inverted cup and handle, and then it's breaking down. And it would have support around this 264. Let's take a look and see, like, open interest is higher on the put side. But that's for April. Let's take a look at just this upcoming week. So it's like a toss-up either way. But I don't like that it's so volatile. I've been burned on swing trading Tesla before, so that makes me a little more cautious because it's either going to be really, really good for you, or if you get it right, or it's going to be really, really bad. But it's so volatile because you can see, like, it started Thursday up at 295.39, and then it just, like, it looked like it could potentially be heading back up, and then it just tanked after hours and then continued to go down. So I just don't think I would want to put that on. Okay, so BBBY. Potentially, yes. It's going to have this support. Stop it. It's going to have... Oh, it's going to have support at 1417, which I don't like how close it is to that. If it can break that 1417, it's going to have 13. Let's take a look at the... Okay, it has a lot more open interest on the put side. Let's see what the hourly looks like. Oh, so it's bear flagging down on the hourly, but it is oversold. And it's going to want to fix itself a little bit. But it does have this tiny gap, so it's going to have support at like 1320 and then 1230. I think I actually... So bear flagging on hourly. If price can break 1417, watch for support around 1320 and 1230. And these are really, it has a lot of open interest on the put side, and they're cheap options contracts, so they're like $80. If you go in the money with a $15 put and you buy one right now, it would be $83. So ADBE. Look for like potentially one more. I don't like that. GE. So it broke out of this down channel that it had been in for a really long time. However, it looks like it could potentially be forming an inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head. So it might want to form a right shoulder, and then it would have to break above this 200. So I wouldn't put that on right now. Facebook. So Facebook had that lovely day on Thursday where it was just down for the entire day, or Wednesday when it was down for the entire day, and it's hammering off this 200. So I don't think I would put that on. Let's take a look at Square. No. These are all right at support and resistance. So KO. No. UTX. No. CAT. Nope. It's trading right between those moving averages. UNH. Right again between those moving averages. XOM. You'd want them to clear all that support and resistance. And this is like really indecisive for XOM, so I don't like that. JNJ. No. WM. I don't like all of these super indecisive candles. Starbucks. SBUX. No. NKE. So let's see. Nike, and it's got earnings. It's got earnings this week, so I'm just not going to put that on as a swing trade. That's too dangerous. MRK. No. Too close to this high of 82.12. WMT. No. Right between those. The real body is right between the 9 and the 20. You can barely see it. Okay, so target is interesting. Has this potential gap to fill. Let's see if it's done it. Oh, it's right near the top of the gap. So top of the gap is going to be 77.75. It is at 76.66. So I don't like these though. Oh, it tried to fill it, but it's right above this 200, so I'm not putting that on. Okay, MMM. Okay, so this is a bull flag, but it's going to run into support at 209.08. That's $1. Do you want $1? You can see it's a double bottom on the 5-minute though. I just don't like that it's going to be 209.08, and it hit it 3 times and couldn't break it, and then it fell. So I would want it to break above that before I would put it on. Let's take a look at BABA. No. Let's take a look at Home Depot, HD. Nope. GS. No. All of these indecision candles, I mean, it could potentially be a bull flag, but then it's got all these wicks to contend with for support. So 201, 201.24 is actually a decent move. I could talk myself into this, but you can see how this is a pretty strong resistance. Look at that. It's range traded in between the moving averages and this 201.25 resistance. So it could end up going back up to test that because it's tested it a million times. This for 3 months it's tested that and it hasn't been able to break it. And once it does, it's got room up to this 200. So let's take a look at the open interest. So it's got a ton of open interest on the call side. Let's take a look at the hourly. See what the hourly is showing. There's like no really just defined pattern on the hourly. So you can see, I would say like bull flag on the daily with room up to 201.25. So bull flag on daily, watch for resistance around 201.25. So I am just, I think, going to put these two on the watch list. Let's see how long this video has been going. So this video has been going for a little bit, and I know people like the shorter watch list videos, so I'm going to do these two because it's good to just keep 1 to 3 stocks on a swing trade watch list. You don't want to be having too many, and we're going to continue to put more on. So I'm going to leave it with these two. And if you are not a member yet, you can head over here and subscribe at bullishbears.com. And just remember, you only get the refund if you sign up for the monthly. If you sign up for the yearly, you don't get the refund after 2 weeks because you have access to our next level training library. So we don't refund that because there's a lot of good information in there, and we are going to continue to add more. And we're actually working on much more advanced options strategies and stuff. I know Mike Signet is working on that, so there's going to be a lot of really interesting, because I've seen some of it and it's really, really good. And I'm going to be transposing his videos into blog posts and stuff so for you guys to read. So there's going to be a lot of really, really great advanced options strategies coming, and those are the safest way to make money in the stock market and a great way to protect yourself, especially with all the fluctuation. And with options, you can make money in either market. I love to day trade the naked calls and puts, and then swing trading the advanced strategies is the safest way to do it. So I love doing that, and I'm really excited that that's coming. And so if you're a member of our yearly, then you get access to that. And you have access to our trade rooms. So every day in the day trade room, and I think 4 days a week in the futures room, they stream and you can watch them trade. You have access to a lot of people all over the country and the world to ask questions to. And if you're new, you can paper trade while being in the trade room and getting help. So it's like a live class every day. You can ask questions in there, and whoever's streaming, Dan or Creed, is going to talk to you guys about it and answer your questions. You can see Dan trading, and it's going to be just really, really exciting if you join and become a member. And you should do it. And we've got our free courses over here. And again, I know I say this every time I make a watch list video, but I can't help it. I'm a living testimony that these courses work. These are the only courses I have ever taken, and I have become a successful trader. So you guys should join. And if you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can follow us also over here on Facebook, Twitter, and we do have Instagram. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all later. Enjoy the weekend, and happy trading come Monday.